Hey guys, I'm Patrick, this is Jack. We are out at Jack's new place. Senders sent us a bunch of ingredients and this is Cook With Me. I'm going to be doing steak. I've got a really nice steak here that's been resting and I'm going to do potatoes. To start off with, I'm just going to get this on because that's going to take the longest. We're just going to season the crap out of this because it's a really big bit of meat. It can take a lot of seasoning. There's a bag. Now this is BPA free, so it means that there's no plastic in this. I'm going to chuck in some herbs on this side, so that's some rosemary. And this is actually lemon thyme that I grew on my balcony. So there it is. That's going to be going straight into here. We're going to set this up at around 55°C. So yeah, so that's going to live in there and we're going to come back to it in about 2.5 hours. All right, potatoes. You know they're still a little big. So we're going to chuck these in some boiling water with a tiny bit of baking powder, a bit of salt. We've cut up a bunch of garlic and rosemary. So we're going to actually get some olive oil and we are going to cook. We're going to fry the garlic and rosemary up in the olive oil and that'll infuse the olive oil. So here I've already got the water boiling, so that's going nice and hot. Now, you do not need a lot of baking powder. So this is a ½ teaspoon. So I'm going to chuck that in there. Bit of smoked salt, because I thought, why not? It's always good to season the water if you're putting potatoes in. We'll give them about 20 minutes and just let them get nice and cooked. Probably about, ½ a cup, but I'm just going to give it a good glug because we can. I'm going to send that in. Right now we're just infusing it with garlic. Oh, it smells so good. So you can start to see that they're going a little bit brown on the edges there. What we've got now is this beautiful infused oil. And what we have at the end, these will go on with the seasoning at the end with some salt and pepper. We've boiled the potatoes, drain them off. Just give them a bit of a toss. So the oil goes in over the top. And a touch of salt to go in. This is a smoked molten salt. Send that in. I'm going to turn that up to about 240. Take about half an hour, 40 minutes. You want to check it and turn it over. Get that outside nice and coloured. Most wonderful salad in the world. You just wait. So we want to finely slice these. What we want to do is kind of wilt the onion a little bit in a bit of a dressing with a bit of olive oil, a little bit of soy sauce, and some lemons. Equal parts, equal parts, equal parts, and that'll give you a really nice dressing there. Give that a mix around there, and then you'll leave that to kind of pickle and marinate in the fridge. Next up, we've got kale. A good way to avoid getting bitterness, I've been told, is to massage the kale. And in the space of croutons, we're going to get a sweet potato, mix them all around, bit of olive oil, bit of salt and pepper, all good, whiz them in the oven. I've got them on 200 because my oven sucks. Next up, we're going to do some sunflower seeds and some pepitas or pumpkin kernels. And we're just going to toast them up in a pan. Don't need any oil, just a dry pan. I think a sweet potato is done. So basically this is going to be the croutons in our salad. We've got our kale, we've got our pickled onion, we've got our toasted seeds. We're going to put them in first. These are our croutons. We're going to put that through. So we're going to throw a little bit of feta in here. And then we're going to get these pickled onions. We're just going to pull them up. And that right there is my favourite kale salad. My sister-in-law showed me how to make. I really hope you enjoy it. All right, so we are finished. That's been in there about 2.5 hours. Take it out of its bath and remove it. Now what we want to do is dry it off. We're going to sear the hell out of this whole thing, and then I reckon we're going to have a pretty good steak. We've got the pan on. It is nice and ripping hot. We've had it just cast irons going for about 10 minutes. A sunflower oil, this is all we had left, so I'm going to use the rest of that. And then here I've got some butter, some garlic, thyme and rosemary, and that's what we're going to butter baste it in. So put the fat side down first. I'm just going to let that go for a second. Really only needs about 30 seconds. Now look, a steak this size, it is massive. It's not going to go all the way through on a high heat. So we're really just going to blast it for a minute, 90 seconds. Let's have a look. Our butter. Drop that in. I'm going to start putting in the butter and the garlic and the herbs. This is where it just goes next level. So I'm just going to do that and we're going to baste. All right, just going to stick that back on there and we'll take that out to plate everything else up. All right, so we got our steak, we got our potatoes, got the salad, we're all here. I'm just going to get a couple of these on here. Just cut this steak up. Put that right there. So we're just going to finish off with some of this garlic and rosemary over the potatoes there, which is going to be unreal. Some finishing salt. And that is a steak and potato with kale salad for two from the Send app and Pierce Brothers.